Hi everyone. So our hunting season for big game is almost over here where I'm at in New England, and I'm still trying to warm up after the frigid weather we had here, because for the most part our winters are around 32 degrees Fahrenheit throughout the winter, and if you're up in the mountains it's a couple degrees less, but for the most part if you get snowed in by noontime everything melts down. This year it was in single digits and it was pretty cold, and we did put our gear to test. And you hunters out there know, if you break sweat, it's really hard to keep yourself warm in cold temperature. Especially we hunt public land here. We have to walk further deeper into the woods to beat the competition. We have to um, mix match our methods, techniques. It's ambush hunting, then stalking, then again ambush. So you walk, you sweat, then you sit down, and you have to find a way to keep yourself warm. And we have different techniques, and I can talk about that later. But this season I was testing different types of hunting boots, and I want to share my honest opinion, my thoughts, again as usual, to hopefully help someone out there make a right decision, um, to help someone make up their mind and purchasing the right pair of boots. In this particular video I'm going to be talking about the iconic L.L.Bean dog boots, the main boots, however you guys know them as. And I picked them up at a secondhand store off season, and I really wanted to put them to test. I was putting a lot of hope in them. I paid around 30 or 40 bucks for them, which is pretty expensive for a used boot. But when I saw them on a shelf, I immediately had that picture in my mind of a vintage nostalgic hunting magazine where they had the hunters pictured in a red plaid wool jacket and pants, and then those boots. And I was hoping that I'm buying the tradition. I was hoping that I'm buying the holy grail of hunting boots, but when I tested them, they turned out to be 100% worthless for hunting. So here's why. First of all, this model I have here is the shearling lined. It has this wool lining on the inside to kind of keep you warm, and this particular model goes for brand new for $300. And if you guys are willing to spend that much money, please check other options. There's so many doors opening for you guys at that price point. There is Lova, there is Mendel, there is the American, Italian manufacturers. So please watch this video and make up your decision. So this lining, at a first glance it seems like it's a good idea. It's gonna keep your feet warm, but we all know that our feet don't get cold here. Our feet get cold here and here. And this lining, it only goes up to where the leather is, and there is no lining at the rubber part. You can see there is a cloth type of lining, but it gives no insulation. It's there mainly to absorb the condensation from your feet, because it's rubber and it doesn't breathe, so your feet will get wet. So there is no lining on a rubber part. So when I wear my wool socks, and by the way, they run a little large, so keep that in mind if that's important for you. When I put my wool socks on, it kind of works well here. There is still a tiny gap for air to to keep my toes warm, but this part here, it kind of cuts off the circulation to my feet, because if you tie this snug, consider this, it's pretty thick, then your thick sock, then your thermal underwear, and then your pants, depending on how you wear them. This gets real thick real quick, and you have to tie it down, and you can't because the circulation. So I was actually kind of wearing it kind of loose like this, but then those gaps, the heat would escape from that. And from here we're gonna go to another downside of those boots, is this leather. It's super soft. It provides absolutely zero support to your ankles. and I had to walk in a mountain terrain, and my feet were just twisting left and right. I couldn't make a step and feel the support that I need. My ankles were just twisting left and right, considering the gear that I was wearing, my backpack, my rifle, my other stuff. It just offers zero support. I glad I made it home without any sprained ankles, but they offer no support. And lastly, the downside, which I did not like, is the outsole. I don't know how old those boots are, but they don't seem to be dried up. This leather is still elastic. This rubber is still elastic. There is no cracks. There is no rips. And this outsole also, you can see it pinching it. It's pinching, so it's still kind of fresh. It's not dried up. I was sliding on the rocks that I would step on, rocks, logs. So they offer zero grip when you step on it. So that's my honest opinion about them. They're useless. I don't know. Maybe they're good for shoveling snow in your driveway, but for hunting, maybe if you have the uninsulated model, but I still don't know how that will hold up, because then they're gonna be even more thinner, and there's gonna be absolutely no ankle support, and that's, in my opinion, number one what you need in hunting boots. They're not warm. This insulation, in my opinion, doesn't help, but actually makes it worse. And then the outsole has absolutely no grip. I felt like I was a cow in the middle of a frozen lake, sliding in ice. So that's my opinion. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask below. Hopefully it was helpful to someone out there. As always, let me know. Be safe out there.